There, everybody. We are live and in action, ready to play some Final Factory. So I just need to check back with one or two other things and then we're good to go. I have started out playing the tutorial and getting acquainted with everything, and somehow when the sound of the background starting screen is over, there's no new back loop, so the silence will be broken any moment. Now, we're going to start a new game. I went through the handhold tutorial and I can say it ain't bad. I played way worse, and we're going to get started here.
You have been sent to these deep reaches of the cosmos to grow.
Okay.
To a dark Leviathan you have come, and you must consume all there is in this space to find your way through another.
Legit.
You are many, and you will be more.
So I do like that machine mind setup that we got there. So we got mining from asteroids, we got silica, bauxite, and iron. And our goal is to, like you heard, the man, devour everything, be the swarm. And the major takeaway of this game is, compared to Factorio, obviously, it's playing in the stars, not on the ground, and the gameplay is very much oriented around that. We have spaceship combat, we build space stations and alike, and yeah, we're mining asteroids, obviously. I really don't know where this is all headed towards to, and I've been anticipating this game since a while now. Very happy that it finally today launches into early access. So let's see, let's craft. We're going to need some mining stations, so let's build 3 of these. Hey, Joran, hi there, happy to see you, good afternoon. It's so good to see you that often again. So, with those mining modules, or mining stations, we're going to extract the precious metals automatically. There we go. So do I need to deliver these, or does that go automatically? Looks pretty automatically to me. So they all ain't got no power, so we're going to require a couple of solar panels. And we're going to tube that via connectors into cargo holds, I'd say. Let's do something like that. Hello, Zarmal, welcome. So, let's, oops, that was the wrong direction. So, can I put, here, down there is a hotbar. So, I need construction bots first. That's what's going wrong here. I knew something is off because I only see the green shadow thingies there. This ain't hand-holding tutorial anymore, and I'm already messing myself up. That's how it should look like. So we have that swarm of little critters around you. I have no clue what happens if I should die. Those are questions I cannot answer yet. So we're going to build miner bots. As with all the tutorials, I was feeling quite annoyed after a while by them, because I don't know, I really like to explore things on my own terms and the like. So here we go. There's one of them mining here now. Will you join that automatically? There's one of them following me. There we go. So, what do we need for more miner bots? Bauxite. That's this fella here. So we can now extract that stuff. It's not much that this mining bot does extract on his own, but once we have a fleet of these little guys, you will see. Alright. So, miner bot. I'm very curious to know what you are trying out in the kitchen. Let me know when you have any chance. As the foodie that I am, I'm always curious. Alright, so that's a start. How many do fit in there? 4. Okay, that means we're going to require a grand total of 12. So that's out of range, so I can't look at it. Okay. So we need 3, and 2 makes 5. Plus 2 makes 7. So control left click works here to pick up things just like it does in Factorio. I do like it when things are going up like that. I really like that. So for these guys, these are entirely bauxite. Okay. Hello, Hashpipe. Welcome. Yeah, I work on it. So happy to have you. Alright, so let's see. I did 2 of the 7. That means we're going to go for 5 more of them. There we go. And then we got all the mining stations fully staffed out. So 11 per minute, 12 per minute. These guys are working quite fast. Sweet. So our next sessions, we won't be needing to grab that stuff manually. Alright, so let's see. What kind of things do I want to have automated as quick as possible? Solar panels, I'd say. Or, well, let's build some. The tech tree. We're going to create a research via drones that latch onto the asteroids. And we don't get any free research because we're not doing the tutorial anymore. Huzzah. That's okay, though. So we're going to go and craft ourselves an asteroid research station next. Well, I really don't know what to think about it yet, but I do like automation games in general. Hey, music. Where are you at? Well, I think I do hear some ethereal space noises. When I was playtesting, it was too loud. And now it's not loud enough anymore. But I think once the music kicks into gear again, this will change. Okay, let's see. We got atomic printers. They make intermediate products. We got assemblers. Those make complex items. We got mining stations. That's nothing we need to think about further. So let's create one of these mining stations. Research stations, I mean. Plug in power and plug in research bots. Is it also 4? Yes. Okay. Well, we got a little beginning here. Oh yeah, RimWorld 1.5 will be... Well, I'm so waiting for Anomaly. I can't lie. So much waiting for Anomaly. Okay, so far so good. The research bots are now doing their thing, and we can research ship assembly. So that'll allow us to build ships. Good stuff. So, first up, let's check out how intermediates are made. We have robotic parts made out of medium density structures. So, components go into intermediates, intermediates go into all manner of things. So we make low density structures out of bauxite ore, medium density structures out of iron ore, and AI control circuits out of silica ore. So we definitely... I think we will profit if we are going to make something like this happen. Okay, so let's craft ourselves some connectors and get started. So I want to pipe out some of that ore to here, and let's see. Cargo holds. How many exits does a cargo hold have? I have no clue. So cargo holds definitely work as you would consider or expect them to work. The really interesting question here is, oh yeah, you can press Q while hovering over an entity. It's, I appreciate so much to have played Factorio and be able to pick up this game just from the get-go. Big good thing. I mean, it is crazy how much Factorio has become a benchmark of sorts. Damn, that sounds so tasty, Hyorin. This man seems to be a genius in the kitchen. Alright, so the printer generates heat that we need to pipe out. That was this element here. So let's build a few of these. And I'm going to grab the ores now so I can do some, I don't know, handcrafting doesn't sound right. Drone crafting, huh? Well, more like it. So we need to pipe out the heat. The big problem that we have overall at some point is that this thing has a certain amount of stability. So once the stability is too high, there's too much demand on the stability, you see it down there, 35, this whole thing won't be working out anymore. So, okay. There's that intermediate, and there is the hunger for more power immediately. Okay, so that means every element of our space station here has a limited capacity. So can I already transport things? Oh yeah, I want to have a couple of bats. Those are my battleships. Bat-like battleship. So, inserter bots. I think we are, yeah, we're going to research the cargo logistics thingies soon too. So, tell you what we're going to do. We're going to build ourselves 2 more asteroid research stations. I love to research, don't you too? And I'm going to get myself some more tech down this way. So the question is, what do these intermediates need? Structure types, robotic parts, fabricator recipe, device for printing. What? Well, it is all confusing right now, but it won't be forever. So ships, or the working ships to require mostly those intermediates and some of the components, especially that AI component thingy. Okay, so all in all, let's start cranking up the tech output, because I feel like this is something where I'll see some immediate profit. Didn't I make some of these guys now? So we're going to need 8 of them for the other stations. Good. So let's place down for now just another cargo hold here. Oh, yeah, okay. I didn't know. So we're going to pipe out the low density structures here. And where can I see my fleet? I think here. So construction bots, bats. I have still miner bots on me. That is absolutely not intended. Oh, sheesh. So things didn't go out as I wanted them to at all, because I was unaware of how things work here. Okay, but once I give them, they're no longer in my fleet. All right. Yeah, it's always the same. That's why we're doing this. But I do love the space aesthetics here of the game a lot. This is something that is really, really making me happy here. Okay, so this asteroid station has no bots? I am quite confused. It is almost as if they only are permanently assigned to that if I do so. Oh, we've been attacked. There are attackers. Good thing that I crafted myself some spaceships. Oh, crud. That's a lot of them. So I got skills, so I can... I can shoot by myself. I don't need the bots to shoot for myself, but this is the Final Factory counterpart to a bug nest right next to your base. So the good thing is I am obviously gaining research by doing this. The bad part is, what are we going to do out of that? So, lasers required for laser turrets. Now that sounds like exactly what we should be going for. So my bats didn't die. Well, all right. We got a site full of enemies right next to us. Anyways, let's continue building mining bots. We got now the problem that all the bauxite went into the atomic printer, and therefore I had none to craft with. So let's retry this. We do need 2 more mining robots. All right. So here we are. So far, my first impression is much better than I anticipated. I want to let that sound wrong, but nowadays when games that or when new factory games get announced, I am often very, very skeptical. Just because Factorio did too many things right. But this whole idea to set it up in space and make me a rogue drone AI thing that wants to consume everything and open a... The final goal is to send a spaceship into a black hole singularity, which sounds like a pretty decent last thing to do per run, so I'm in for the ride. Okay. Did we research the lasers that fast, really? Wow. Okay. So let's see, defense platforms. That's exactly what I want to have. Unlocks defense platform recipe. But yeah, we're researching actually quite fast. Not bad, not bad. Hey, Soul Ghost, welcome. So happy to see you. Alright, so... I don't know. These space invaders next door are making me a little bit nervous. Ancient treasure. Stabilizer artifact. Ooh, a device that grants stability to any grid that it is connected to. Alright. But I also lost one of my bats. So let's recraft that. It's, I don't like it, okay? I really don't like being next to an enemy like that. So, solid state laser, yeah, but the laser on itself is quite useless, sadly. So, the ship assemblers and the assemblers. Okay, let's continue on that end. Problem I got is that I don't have a real vision yet how I want to build things. There's nothing wrong about minced pork, guys. Us Germans, we have constantly mixed minced meat with beef and pork, or pure beef. There's nothing wrong with that. Come on. It's like Joran said, one of the best things to put into a sausage. Mr. Ordinary Sausage would confirm. If you know, you know. So there is still not enough mining bot here. I'm still confused by that mechanic that fills in the crafted mining bots automatically. That's somehow like... I didn't do it, so I don't expect it to be happening. Anyways, I think the first thing that we should be doing should be a very first space station of sorts. I don't know, these guys, they seem to have defense turrets by themselves, so... We got Frenzy skill. But I think the first thing that I want to do is set up a nice periphery of Singularity Cargo Artifact. So, looks like I should be milking these guys for the resources that they got. But yeah, the solar panel took damage. Do I have... Do construction bots, they build things, but they don't repair things, huh? Of course you know him. Yes, he's a very, very good content creator. I really appreciate his stuff that he does. So entertaining. So, let's build up an assembler and get some assembly done. Yeah, of course we're running out of power again. So what do we need for these suckers? Low density and medium density structures. So, well, probably I want to do something different here. So here's the idea. We're going to set up a small scale space station here in the center of all these things. I think this will be much, much better. So let's see. We're going to have first up receivers for the materials there. So let's get started with that. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just freestyling here. And I'm trying if it does work or not. So, say, do these thingies have a limited lifespan? Is that what happens there? Gather before self-destruct. Yeah, so that's what's happening. They just run out. We need to build first up a ship assembler that produces the ships that we require in the sector here. That's what's happening. Good. So let's see. Miner bots need plasma engines. Plasma engines are made out of low-density structures. Okay. So we're going to set up the machineries over here, and that means we're gonna be, wait a sec, mining bots. Now, do they run out or not? Yeah, they run. Confusing concepts, but that's normal, isn't it? So that means we're going to need lots of bauxite. I want to start out with the mining bots, with the automation of the mining bots first. Well, only recently started streaming on YouTube as well, so Ghost that is a pretty new development. But I felt like this way nobody has to miss out on anything. And I like the feeling of that. So, alright. So I want to chuck in research in there. So we do need cargo drones and defense platforms, obviously. Because the enemy is right next to us. Alright. Didn't realize that drones and ships need to be replaced, but that is a healthy mechanic, I think. So, can we explore a little bit? Yeah. Huh. Now that's fun. Oh, but the fog gets back, I see. Okay. So, lasers are almost researched. And I think I have crafted enough gadgets to get started. So, here goes the assembler. That bad boy is supposed to produce us plasma engines. These plasma engines are supposed to go into the ship assembler of our trust. And so the next research are cargo logistics. That gives me cargo drones and logistics base. It's totally what we need. Okay. So there's enough things that this game does differently than Factorio. It's always a weird question to ask, but it is always one of the very first questions I ask nowadays when I start out with a new Factory game. How much does it differ from Factorio? And why should I not just play Factorio? It's crazy how much that game formed an entire genre. Okay, so we got now defense platform recipe. Let's try that out. And see how it works. Do I need to slot in a laser? I have no clue, you see. Okay. Let's make some more research bots. Then, well, I want to set up some defenses right next to that. I feel very, very threatened by these anonymous creatures lurking on the platform next door. Good, we got that. So, exploration centers, fleet command, lighting, junctions. Alright. Junctions sound really, really good. Because it's really painful to build right now without them. Okay, so now I got power drones. Power drones are much better than the stuff that we got before. So, logistics bays. Let's see, can I tuck in a logistic bay right next to that, or doesn't it work like that? Let's see, lacks power, when don't they? When do they not? So. But no. If it's not being transported via a connector, this ain't working out. So we're going to remove the entire cargo hold. I don't need the cargo hold once in any form. And we're just going to pick up the low density structures as they are useful. We're going to use them, all of them. And instead, we're going to plug it in like that. Logistics bay holds that now. And now we're setting up a drone like that. And this drone does transport things to the other logistics bay. There we go. So without power, it can't do anything, obviously. But now we got what we need. So, here we have now low density structures. But I want medium density structures as well, so let's work on that one here. But first, I want to know if the defense platform is defending like as intended. So obviously they require, again, power to work. More than one solar panel required. And now, well, they take bats. That comes unexpected. Alright. So we're going to build some bats now. I have a bad feeling about this. Alright, somehow these artifacts don't feel artifacty at all. Okay, so my defense platform is positively just nuking stuff. It puts its name into shame, basically, by being the most offensive thing out there ever. Being attacked here. But I mean, it is okay. Let's produce more bats and see if we can get that under control. We need silica and bauxite. Let's see. There's silica. But we are losing the fight here. So yeah, what does that mean? This Dawn platform needs to be somewhere else. It's way too aggressive. But it did a good job, so we're going to place it down to cover more like this. Alright, you vicious little guard dog. But at the end of the day, I was also curious to find out whether or not we can kill that place just like that. And I think we could. If we'd had just enough bats. So we just need to amp up the production capacity of these guys far enough, and we're good to go. But that also means that this little thingy here will keep us safe for now. Okay, let's get this intermediate thingy built. So, atomic printers. I think I want to have my own hotkey for these. So let's see. Shift 1, brilliant. Okay, so medium density structure, and we require a heat sink and more power. I mean, let's slot in some more power modules right from the get-go, because it is quite obvious that we will require more of these. Okay, so I say, do we need for the minor bots plasma engine parts? So these can be manufactured here. Okay. And the medium density thingies, they produce robotic parts, but they are also used directly, I thought. Are they? Yeah. Okay, so we do require another logistics bay. So far, I am not doing this too coordinated. So, do I have no construction bots on me? Is that the case? I do, but I don't have the solar panels. That's what's wrong. Okay. So let's gather some materials, because obviously we are not capable of building anything otherwise. Okay, so far so good. So now I want to transport these thingies onto the other side as well. So we'll do just another cargo drop. Pick it up like there. And no. We need to pipe it out first. So that's that. Medium density structures, and now we can try out whether or not we can cross paths or not. Wait a sec, this is twice the same thing. Whoopsie. Alright, so this boy goes on here. So it seems to me, no. Everything's fine. Okay, so we can now get ourselves our first little production line going here. So I love the fact that the filters set themselves up in a way that they intelligently find out what is inside their box and give you an educated guess, so to speak. Except for the fact that I set them up exactly wrongly. So let's redo that. I want to give the low density structures there and the medium density structures there. Alright. And cargo holds can also act as junctions, as far as I know. There we go. Now that whole thing needs more power. Love how we can use here every little part. So yeah, there's a lot of cool things happening here, definitely. Really like so far what the game does. Okay, so the next thing we want is a ship assembler for mining bots. So I think I have the assembler already. So all we need to do is connect things like that. Now I think we ran out of stability. So let's see, singularity stabilizer artifact. So let's try one of these. They need to be connected via a strut, and they add in stability into the entire structure. There we go. Or I would assume that this is a power issue. I don't know. Let's see. Let's try the station core instead, because I know that one works. But what happened here is that the whole thing ran out of stability. That's why it can't operate anymore. I do like that system that this game works with stability, so you always have to be thinking about avoiding unnecessary load on your build. I really like that. So let's see. Stability, yes. Power, yes. And that bad boy costs way less power than the artifact. I think this is a really fair thing. And now we're going to produce miner bots. So how far is the reach of these? I don't know. But either way, this thing will now supply mining bots to the entire vicinity here, as far as I know. First success. So let's do the same for research. For researchers, we will require plasma engines and AI control circuits. Okay, so let's build the AI control circuits. Oh yeah, this is starting to be fun. The worst part is always to get acquainted with the things you have to do and such. So, with these same items... Oh yeah, I think we need to manually feed this baby here with a couple of mining bots, because otherwise the whole production chain will not be able to kickstart itself. Oscar, thank you so much to hear that. I'm always happy to hear this, because Dwarf Fortress is a wonderful game. It's just really hard to get into, and whenever I read something like that, I can't tell you how happy it makes me that somebody is now enjoying this game as well. So here we see now the problem. This one is blocking the other guy, so that means we need to work a little bit differently with our logistics. I love it. So yeah, they are already first issues, so they can block them. They can block each other. I did this a bit of on purpose because I wanted to know if this is an issue or not. Because I already assumed that this would be a dumb move, in all honesty. So yeah. I'm a sucker for logistics challenges, and I can already feel like this game does provide plenty. So the whole complex now has the power it needs. The only thing it doesn't have is a way to transport their medium density structures to their receiver without blocking the path here. So what are we going to do? Can I configure these guys? Output priority. Can I configure the drone? No. I would like to be able to tell the drone to only pedal back and forth if necessary. Well, that means this entire thing here can't go. We're going to have to build that somewhat different. So the medium density structures have to be transported to this place a little bit differently. But luckily this is not really a big issue. Except for, well, the part where this stuff here is... Well, first step, we're going to pipe out our product in another direction. There we go. So, there it is. How much stability does one connector eat? Can you see that somewhere? 1 point of stability. Is there any... Net stability -1. Alright, so, well... You guys need more power, huh? There we go. So that brings me to the point we need ruddy amounts of cargo holds and connectors. These are just way too necessary everywhere. Grimmats, hi there. So we're going to go now and automate this place, at least so far that it is capable to chuck out the basic mining ships that we require. That's the plan. So we're going to need to provide that stuff over there. That is really nasty. But the easiest way to do that, I think, is to build the station core somewhere else. Then we got plenty of room to maneuver around. I'm still unpretzeling my brain and with all these things because there's just quite a lot to dig in there. So we're going to go for a connection like this. I mean, it is really cool that you have to think about the way that these connections will work, that they don't block one another. This is really cool, logistics-wise. It's fun. This is one of the things that make me love games like these, because there is always a very high amount of different things, choices, and ways that you can do something. And I always love that. So here we have now the stability issue that was foreseeable. Let's see, does that work anywhere? Yep, it does. So I'm over providing power right now. But I also think that we finally should have automated the ship production there. Just like that. Wasn't tedious at all. It's just my own noobiness standing in my way. So I need AI control circuits, I'd say. Let's work on that next. This mining station has all the bots it needs. So let's do the atomic printer. And look at that. Our defense system is in action. Working as intended. Okay. Good, so we have these thingies. I need to pipe off the heat. There. And I really want to produce power panels automatically somewhere as well, as soon as I can. It's low density, medium density structure, so it's just the stuff that we have here. But, well, in all honesty, I got zero clue how demanding it is on my resource consumption / production. But I'd say it should be the easiest to have mining outposts and connections for now separately. Well, you'll see what I'm talking about. All right. No available mining stations, it says, but as far as I can see, all the mining stations are fully staffed out. Wonderful. Good. So for the research bots, we require plasma engine parts and AI controller parts. We have plasma engine parts being produced here, so it does look a bit like an overproduction, so let's try what we can do. first off, we need, obviously, the logistics base yet again. Well, looks like we need an automated bat production as soon as we can, too. So, let's work with inserter bots for the first time. Let's see. Let's work it like that. And the inserter bot. Wait a second. Aren't they? No, they can't work from... They can't work like that, can't they? But... these little guys are capable of... Wait a sec, why is that distance so short? Is that because something is in the way, huh? Too bad. So we're going to make this go that way. Right. So here goes the next guy. Probably we don't need those big drone thingies at all. Well, so here goes that one. I want to pipe out the plasma engines into that direction as well. Then we're going to have another ship assembler right here. And that one will be providing these. So... I really hope that'll work. Ah yeah, we don't have the ship hangar. I was like, why doesn't it work at all? But yeah. So, come on, let's try to do this whole trip just with inserter bots. I mean, I'm looting the entire place here like crazy. But at the same time, for such small operations like mine, they seem to be right now a real godsend. There we go. That little guy can transport it over here. Wonderful. So now we have automation on these guys as well. The only thing missing is a bit of power, but, well. So, yeah, the work that I did here with the big cargo drones can be done with the small drones as well. The volume here is really small enough. Research! Pashka, hi there. Yeah, it reminds me of Dyson's View program in a way as well, yeah. True that. But it is more like... it is more like you're playing the Dark Fog. If you want it related to Dyson's Sphere program, it is the Dark Fog perspective, basically. Okay, so that is a real good start. We got now our research going, and we got our mining going. And let's work on that combat ship. AI controller circuits and plasma engine parts, that's basically exactly the same. So yeah, there's also super large amounts of that stuff being stored there. So we're going to go like as follows. There we go. Okay, I'm starting to get the hang of it and think in the terms of the game. Yeah, this is I think I saw Final Factory announced a pretty long time ago, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I gotta say what I see here and play here so far, it's fun. It's really fun, especially since I really love the whole space station feeling that you got with it. The limitations on heat and stability and all those things are fun too. So yeah, I really do see where this game can stand on its own feet. I really love it so far. Alright. Let's put a power panel on it. And then we got a fighters in automation as well. Hell yeah. So, we're starting to get going here. Let's do some bat damage increase research. Because as far as I understand things, we have also the research automated now. Brilliant, brilliant. Things are going together now. Okay. Yep, that thing is being decked out super quick. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to build another one. Start conquering space. We shall. Okay, okay, okay. Where was the platform thingy again? It's the only problem of mine. I really have quite a lot of trouble identifying things sometimes. So, medium density and low density structures. We definitely don't produce enough low density structures here. These are at a constant demand. And there could be more. Let's see. This thing here. Well, it's mostly a lack of mining material input. That beauty here could process more of it. So we're going to go and get ourselves another mining station going. Damn, this is getting somewhere. Alright, we will need another station core on that end, because otherwise it will be not stable. So let's research exploration. I want those exploration centers. Jordan, I'm sorry I read your message a little bit late. Yeah, I am very stoked for Against the Storm DLC as well. Very, very much so. Okay, so we got the defense station. Let's turn it into an offense station. Let's see, our ship manufacturing. Does it send the guys over there? Yes, it does. Nice. Man. So we're now effectively attacking the enemy forces with the strength of our production capacities. So let's see. I need a little bit more bauxite ore. I want to help, you know. The asteroids sadly don't have unlimited resources, you see. There is an ore remaining meter there. So, let's see. But these guys, they are grinding through the enemy. And we're destroying their spawners. Well, I'm a help, because why not? Take that. So what is this? Luminae obelisk. An ancient obelisk structure floats suspended in space. It has markings that suggest intelligence, and your sensors detect a faint energy source within. perhaps you could jumpstart it. So... I really don't know how we could jumpstart it, but, well, we surely will find out. Fleet Command increases personal fleet capacity by 20. Voice. It's a pretty big one. So we'll have a lot more bats at our disposal. Not bad, not bad. Not bat. Oh. Sorry, I had to do it. Okay, so let's do another mining site. And theoretically... Wait a sec, we ran out of mining droids. That is bad. How came this? So, this ship assembler didn't receive enough of the plasma thingies again anymore, and then ran dry out of that. This is really bad, because that means as long as I am connected to another industry, the mining bots might run out. The mining bots are really like the lifeblood of my bases, it seems. Once they run out, everything runs out. That's a quite unsettling realization. So, we're going to go and put things together. What am I lacking right now? Iron ore, alright. So for a real stable situation, that means the ship manufacturer for mining bots needs to be autonomous and cannot be connected to anything else, as it seems. That's a quite unsettling thought, but, well, it is what it is. So let's use that little guy. And let's hope that this will gear out the rest of this. I mean, at the end of the day, it should be working out as intended. Sooner or later, that is. But yeah, with all the industries eating up that, it will become an issue at some point. Okay. Well, I know one way around that problem, and that is just more mining platforms. We're just going to add in that much mining around this little sucker that he won't be able to run out anymore. Well, the big problem is that the asteroids aren't endless either, so it's only a band-aid as well again. But we'll see about the rest. I mean, obviously I have now a defense system that works out. We have taken down the first enemy opposition successfully without any big problems, so feeling good about all this. Okay, so let's see if this mining station goes into production anytime soon. Connector inventory. The Urso are preparing an attack. Prepare your defense. Okay. But why is this guy? Okay, so now things really went wrong. So wait a sec. Why the hell is that connected like this? I'm really, really confused. Why the hell did I have these there? So I brought the medium density structures for no reason at all over here because I had a brain fart. Oh dear. So, can we block these? Middle click a slot to disable it. Alright. So, let's resolve our problems with that. Okay. So this is way more complicated than I anticipated. So the big wrong thing we did so far here was that we stored too many of them in the engines there, and therefore we had a backup of sorts. So let's put the plasma engine parts in here and get those mining machines going. So, if I only knew why the hell I was transporting them over here. But whatever, we need medium density and low density structures for solar panels. And which kind of ship does need these? Well, medium density structures as well. I mean, at the end of the day, this shows that we need a way more dedicated system than we have it right now. Trashcanics, hi there! Yeah, but I do still remember that that epic game that we had once together. Happy to see you, yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, now the capacities are full. And now that little sucker here doesn't get enough. Has more of the of that stuff available than he can process. So that is where we will set up ourselves a second machinery, I'd say. Why not? Won't hurt us at all to have more capacity. I mean, right now, what I'm building here is an absolute nightmare and not efficient and not anything at all because I went blindly into the game today. How's life going? Excellent. That is just one word for me. Excellent. It's just a little bit too slow in the in growth general, you know. Still can't fully live off of my work, but that's the only bad thing that I can't say. We got ourselves a dog a couple of weeks ago, a month or so. She's adorable. That's all I can say. And yeah, we're doing quite fine here. Absolutely. So, that won't work, right? Needs to be connected differently. Oh, here's the Urso attack, but I mean, we have quite the fleet, so I'm not that worried. Okay, so let's see, can we shift left click, shift right click? Oh boy. Shift right click, shift left click to copy recipes works here as well. So I really liked how many of the good old Factorio controls just work out here. Hey, Frizzy Grizzly, that's weird. I did send it into the stream spam thing. There is a role you can self-assign to yourself that will notify you whenever I put a stream whenever I put a dinghy there. So that should help you out. I specifically did that because the notification system of YouTube and Twitch blows. I can't sugarcoat it, okay? It just blows. That's why I always announce my streams manually and all those things, because just you see why. Lighting. Okay. So, since we kind of like stabilized our situation now, I mean, I got still the impression as if there's too many of these guys flowing into the wrong direction, but we have now a steady supply of low density structures coming on in now. I hope you can say that same for yourself, Trashganics. I hope your life was kind to you as well. It's been a few days, like you said. So, we're going to pick up the medium density structures that were lying around here, and station runs out of power all of a sudden? Okay. So... Alright, so we have now a satiation achieved, so to speak, as there is now... Let's see, yeah, alright, they're processing them, but here the entire system is sated with the plasma engines. I really think, though, that we need to work on something in that regard sooner or later. So, new research required, asteroid research required. Missing something? So, station repair unlocks repair stations. That's really good. So, de-exploration stations. Whoopsie. Let's build us a few. I bet they are like radar stations. That's what I assume. So, let's plot down one of them here. It requires 10 kilowatt, so... And it generates too much heat. So... Okay, we got here a mechanic at work that does hinder us to just let these guys be out there all on their own. Ice and organics, okay. Because they will build up heat, and they don't have the building slots to attach the modules that you need to get rid of the heat. So, very interesting. Very, very interesting. So, yeah, there's our friends, the neighbors. Okay. Welcome back, Yorin. I mean, we have to think about the time after the current asteroids. Derelict. Okay. Biome. Sweet. So there's more bauxite. I kind of like wonder how high the range for those ship assemblers is. Ships will be deployed into ship logistics networks, not into connectors. Okay. Now I just need to find out what the ship logistics network is. Because I honestly got not a clue. But so far, so good. I mean, we have a self-replenishing system of mining robots. We currently are researching The only thing we don't have are assemblers and a real base and a lot of other things. So, let's do some exploration station here. We're going to go... What's that blue stuff? Junction recipe. Ooh, junctions. I need to try out. So, let's do the Silica Asteroid. Manual mining a bit. Well, I can already foresee that my upcoming runs will be a little bit more sophisticated and a little bit less chaotic. Ancient portal. Okay. Stuff, my friends, stuff. So we're definitely going to go for a bit of more warfare here. I can't help myself. I need to do it. I mean, we got a military constructor here around the corner. I want to know what's inside the box here. All right. So, radiator artifact. So there are lootable items or lootable variants of the items that I'm using here. That so far had higher power consumption, but a higher output as well. An ancient structure looms. Despite its age, the materials it's composed of are clearly some type of exotic and unknown matter. Your sensors detect a faint source of energy. So it's the same wording there again. So we got another bauxite asteroid over there. And more enemies that direction. Okay. I mean, currently the entire enemies that we find here seem to be quite harmless. All right. There's also quite the distinct biome border visible. Okay. So I want to try out making one of these now. So there goes. We need to... Well, I don't know what we're going to need it to connect with. Can we use something like that? Would that work? So, well, probably a defense platform would be smart too. Maybe we can latch some heat sinks onto these as well. So the Urso, whoever the Urso are. Okay. And then we pop a heat sink on that. Alright, and there you already see how important it is to do these things. But that ship assembler is providing, even back there at that end of the galaxy. Nice. Alright. Not gonna lie, this is fun. So, logistics management unlocks shipyard recipe. Houses ships waiting to be deployed to the logistics network. Costs no stability. Don't really know what that means, but we're gonna find it out. Alright, I think this is a good ways and means for us to move forward, as every one of these exploration centers will be capable of defending itself. As far as I can see, the investment isn't too high. So let's use those struts again. I'm really curious to see when that will no longer work. So yeah, but the defense platforms, they are also pretty decent thing there. Okay. Oops. But it shows me already that there are lots of different ways of getting the same job done. Go, we have enough power now. And yep, they're being supplied by the home base as well. And obviously we ran into another pile of baddies. But so far, the enemy around my base is very, very easily beatable. So, another stabilizer artifact. Okay. But most importantly, we are securing ourselves resources now. And our defense platforms, just like the last time, they're starting to turn themselves into offense platforms. And with my current amount of fleet command, I should probably just be crafting a couple of more of these guys, eh? No reason not to, if you ask me. Okay. So, what do we have here? Silica asteroids, and well, it already shows that we will be sooner or later facing a lot of the challenge to transport things from one place to another. Because obviously there's a lot of silica here around that corner, but we're going to need to move that stuff somehow as well. And that's where the exciting part begins. Alright. So somehow my home turf is still providing even over these distances. I wonder when the distance will be too high. What do we have here? Celestara Oracle. Alright. I read that somewhere in the patch notes. But yeah, as it stands, we do kit out these. Attack range and alert range can be configured when I click these. Nice. Just saw that. Yeah, let's keep researching the bat upgrades, because why not? Okay. So far, so good. I just want to explore a little bit around me before we decide where we're going to build an actual factory slash base. Because the place that I started at, well, it's just it just happens to be the place where you have 3 types of basic materials right to begin with, but it's pretty much the most unique traits of these things. Okay. So, but gotta say, these exploration centers, they feel a lot like radar stations in Factorio. Although it is pretty cool that buildings in this game are so good at being self-sustaining in terms of power supply. As long as the solar panels don't get destroyed, none of these outposts would ever have any problems whatsoever in terms of sustaining power. We don't need to let any power lines run there. Nothing. That is pretty cool. So, it's another heat sink necessary. And we found baddies. I want to get my fleet going here. Yeah, that defense platform is already big in action here. But with all the own ships that I got by now, these outposts are just nothing we are scared about anymore. Okay. Seems like the next big step on my list will be now to find a place where we can properly expand towards to. So far, the defense stations with 20 bats seem to be very much holding their ground against default difficulty enemies, that is. And it's a good feeling to have these guys everywhere around me. Okay. What is that? Terra World. A world filled with life. Okay. I need to. So it's a real interesting question. What will await us here? I mean, so far, I'm just going down the road with my army. I think I need to restock my army a little bit. 3 of them died. Well, I'd love to have more different weapons on my little bot. Space rocks.
Ah, a blue planet. The organics here may prove useful in our efforts later on. They hold the power of the darkness within them, blissfully unaware.
Whoa! All right. So, I think we breached a biome border. Yeah, well, officially it's still marked as derelict, but these guys are definitely something else. Yeah, I was able to increase the command capacity to 20, and, you know, I used it. But I don't want to go into a tussle with those guys back there. I have the feeling as if this will not go well for me. So, the radar stations, we don't seem to need them everywhere. I'm confused. But that's normal. So, mass fuel consumer. What does that thing do? A machine that converts any mass into energy. Oh. So, better power generators. Ship reprocessing. So, recycled miner bod recipe. The recycled bits of a miner bod. Okay. Just looking up what we can do here. Fleet repair augments. Thermal management. Unlocks radiators. Attaches directly to heat exchangers and dissipates a large amount of heat from the grid. They require ice to work, so I'm going to research that right from the get-go. Zorine, hi there. Good evening. Okay, so my very small scale ops over here is working out still quite well, and we chucked out like 20 or 30% of the asteroids there. That means we are still very much good to go for a pretty long period of time here. But at the same time, I really don't know. Well, I think I'm going to keep exploring for now. I don't know where I should be heading now. So we're going to keep researching and exploring. So as it stands, it doesn't seem like I need to build research stations everywhere. Okay. Quite a big nest here. So that also means that I should always be pilfering any of these ice locations and such. Okay, singularity artifacts. Here, those comet fragments, they are therefore very, very valuable. We don't know yet what we're using organics for, but now that I know that ice is used for super powerful radiators, I'm already interested in it. Okay. Most of the exploration effort is now about where is it worth it to build myself up. Only if I have informations about all the interesting spots around me, I can make a good decision about where I want to settle down. In the meantime, we're going to pick up all those little nifty things there. I mean, as far as I understand things, I could have set up now research stations as well on all of these little asteroids that I've found so far. Okay. So the basic enemies are absolutely no match for me whatsoever anymore. With that kind of fleet support, we're just nuking them. Space rocks. No value. Great. Really hope that I can upgrade my traveling speed soon. Hey, Naven. Yeah, I definitely did some Songs of Six stuff on YouTube. And I'm pretty sure you might have. This should be the same person. Happy to have you. Welcome. Okay. So right now I really just am exploring and trying to find out where are asteroids, where are big resource caches, and that way I'm trying to find out a location for a good location for my real base where we're setting up stuff. So antimatter power. Ooh, generates power from antimatter collected from nearby space using anti-power collection cells. Antimatter collector attached to an antimatter power station to allow for the collection of antimatter particles in the vacuum of space. All right, definitely want to have that. So we get ourselves a better power generation now. That's just what I like to see. So as much as I am tempted to set up more fabricators now, or no, more research stations now to generate faster research points, I won't, because as it stands, the moment I amp up the consumption of research bots, because you see they get used up and need to be replaced, that moment I also risk the stability of my current situation, and therefore I won't. All right. So that area here is looking quite promising. So the real question, though, would be, how are you supposed to transport resources on a real long distance? I somehow think I don't have the tools yet for that. Okay. But the further we scuttle away from our starting point, the higher the amount of resource on those asteroids. So here we have now bauxite, silicon, and iron. So this is a really, really good area there. Down here we have already our first attractive spot. So, Fleet Command 2. Oh, hell yeah. I think at some point it won't be smart anymore to just field that many bats. Probably we need to decommission them at some point. But not yet. Question stands whether or not I want to go for a full-on 50 bat swarm or not. Okay. I hate space rocks. They fool me into thinking that it's something good there. Okay. So far, I think it is not worth going to scout that much deeper into space. Oh, I want to go for that Celestara Oracle once and see if it has something special when you get there. So yeah, the fog retreats shortly and then gets refilled afterwards. So we need those research stations to stay informed at that end. Well, well, well. So the first bigger project that crawls up my headspace is that we should be providing a environment where we can mass produce all those expansionary parts. Power supply, fabricators, mining stations, shipyards, connectors, you name it. Those things that are very vital to our expansion. In games like these, I like to delay the construction of a base like I just described it until I have a impression about where that all is supposed to be sitting at, because it's really good to have a base like I wanted to in the center of various different resource nodes. So, in your presence, a structure of considerable complexity adorned with ancient runes. At its heart lies an orb emanating a faint yet palpable energy. The entire construct seems to possess a semblance of consciousness. Well, alright. Not necessarily helpful. I bet that we are lacking tech to get that done. Armor blocks. Okay. Structure edges to provide a layer of armor. Okay. So, let's research ship reprocessing, as I personally think this will get us somewhere. Okay, lots of resources found, and that means we can now think about going for a real base. Okay, let's head back home to our little mini base. It's cute here. Well, somebody got sent here by the algorithm, he said. He was wondering what he's doing here. Well, can't help everybody. So, I want to browse a little bit through the tech tree, which is, I mean, for an early access, that's a pretty decently deep tech tree. So, mobile stations. Attached to the station to allow it to move in any direction. Players can ride in this vehicle. Whoa. We can build spaceship stations, sort of. Night hull upgrade. So, power distribution. Transmits a limited amount of excess energy from the station it's attached to the first power receiver in its path. Okay. That's pretty nifty too. Greenhouses. That's where we can produce organics. Laser turrets. Okay. So, I'm gonna end for now here, as I really need to wrap my head around where I'll be going next, how to build a factory here. So far, first impression, pretty cool, really. Much better than I anticipated, and I hope I helped you out in getting yourselves a first impression as well. So, thanks everybody for hanging out with me here.